So I'm going to talk to you about the third category of the CSS style sheets that we're going to talk about right now with it. A couple of messages I want to talk to you about is an external style sheet is used to define the style for many, many pages, many HTML pages with it. So just to recap, your inline is dictated to a specific object on a particular page. Your internal or embedded is for one page. Your external CSS controls multiple pages with this. So with an external style sheet, you can change the look for an entire website by changing just one file with it, and that's the .css file with it. So we're going to use external style sheet. We're going to add a link to the head section of this HTML page with it. So this is what we're about to do. So here we go. So I want to minimize this, and I would like for you to we're in the folder, so we're going to create a file over here called CSS3 over here. So this is the folder that I had you do over here with it. So if you want to right mouse or just click on that folder and come up here, and we've been doing up this time with it is the news file with it. And inside of that, if you could please type in css_3.html. Okay, so that's our other file, the third file that we're creating. I'm just gonna take whatever we have over here. So let me just copy the inline and use its structure over here and just clean it up with it. So we have something to go by with it right here. Okay, so it looks like this. So this is going to be the external CSS. Okay, so this is a very blank slate that we're creating on. There's going to be two separate files. There's going to be the HTML file, and this file talks to the CSS, the style CSS with it. All right. So here we go. The first thing we need to do is, like always, you have to write the link from this HTML file to the CSS file. Bear with me, you haven't created the link, so it needs to go between the head tags. Find your head tag there. If you type in link, and your IntelliSense kicks in with it, and I want to tell REL, short for relative, with it, and it's going to be in the name of the file. The name of the file that I'm going to use is style sheet. Okay, that's the value, the attributes, not the attribute, but the properties of the file with it. And we're going to tell href reference where that file is located. I'm going to ask you to actually put this file in a subdirectory from now. All right. So if it's in a subdirectory, it's called css/styles.css. We haven't created the subdirectory called CSS. We haven't created the file called styles.css. Okay. So this is all we're planning on the things that we will do with it. So let's come over here. Let me leave this for now with it. I want you to click on the directory that you have all three of the CS1, CS2, CS3. If you might right mouse click on it, or if you can select new folder, and we're going to create a subdirectory called CSS. This subdirectory is this subdirectory right here. Okay, that's inside of our directory with it. I want to click on that directory. I want to right mouse click and click a new file. That file is going to be called styles.css. I want to hit enter. So just to let you know what we're doing, if you look at this path right here, they tell you that this path right here is the style CSS with it, and this is where we're going to go in and we're going to start coding with it, and then we're going to toggle back to the CSS. We're going to go inside the body, and we're going to actually put in some of the content that's in that body with it as well. Now, let me come down here. Let me talk to you about something else. So the first thing I always like to do is to look at the H1. Let's do the same thing as H1 and the paragraph tag in our CSS3. All right. So if you could, let's do H1, and if you can come in, let's do it. This is an example of an external CSS with a heading 1 tag. Okay. Do the same thing for the paragraph. I mean, right now, nothing special is going on with this. We're going to just do a paragraph tag. And you can say something along, this is a paragraph, this is an example of an external, same thing, CSS with a paragraph tag. Okay, so right now I just want to show you what this actually looks like with the way how we have it. Excuse me. Show you what this looks like. And this is our file structure in Windows Explorer. I'm going to click on that. And that's just a very plain way for content with it, right now with it. So here's what I want to point out is that the external style sheets can be written with any text editor. It does not contain your CSS that you have over here. It's a little different. You know how we document over on the other side is with the symbol right here. So in here, if I want to comment, first of all, I want to type in HTML. We comment as to less than, and then an explanation, and we do a dash dash, and that closes your comments with it or documentations with it. In your style sheet with it, it's a little different. You have to do a / and an asterisk, and anything you type between that is your comment. Okay, so you close it off with a / an asterisk, /. So this, inside of this, is, I want to document this is your first, or this is an external CSS. Alright, so I'm going to come inside of this, come down on this thing right now, and I'm going to talk to you about some things that an external can actually, things that you would do in an external document with it. Alright. So one of the things that we talk about in an external document, my computer's freezing up on me, hold on a second.